If you want to do a bleeding dab as The Rock,
If you smell,
or Daenerys Targaryen, another $9.99, thank you very much. Like, what is going on? This occurred at such a level that we literally got Travis Scott performing virtual concerts. Let's just pause, take a step back, and unpack all this for a second. Picture this. It's 2009. You just got home from school. You boot up Club Penguin on the computer in your parents' living room. You go on the catalogue and you go to buy that sick outfit. And then, now, you have to persuade your parents to pay $19.99 for a scuba diving suit and convince them of its value. But nothing incentivises a parent like a happy child. This was it. This was the window into the future, but we missed it. We didn't realise at the time. Without a purple coloured puffle, you were a pleb. You were an inferior. If you had the membership, you were the man. The social divide amongst 10-year-old children was created here. This was where the real problem began. We were now in the hands of EA, who would sell their nanny for a $5. FIFA, this is the game which it's almost as corrupt as the organisation it's named after. This is the game that literally encouraged and incentivised gambling for teenagers. And we as a society accepted it. There were YouTubers dropping thousands on packs. Things were ramping up. We may have got older, but the model followed us. Like a rash. In this instance, you traded currency for time. If you didn't want to spend 3,000 hours with a bronze team, FIFA points were a necessity. But you lost all your progress anyway. Imagine this. Imagine you buy a car. You are told that every September you must buy the car again. You must pay the same maintenance fees throughout the year to ensure the car functions. This is what FIFA was. It took the baton from Club Penguin and handed it forward to the entry point into mainstream gaming. As you may have predicted, our next favourite publisher got in on the act. They looked at the trend set by EA and said, how can we introduce something similar to FIFA points? What will we call it? And the level of ingenuity that Activision displays, especially in recent years, arrived at the conclusion of COD points. Wow. Now the doors of hell had truly opened. Now we had fucking points and coins for everything. There's V-Bucks, Robux, Mine Coins. Never have I had so many currencies simultaneously in my life. The supply boxes in Advanced Warfare dangled a carrot. Now, you didn't just buy the game, you could now buy the ability to be good at the game. The BAL 27 Obsidian Seed, the ASM1 Speakeasy. If you didn't have these guns, you couldn't compete. Simple as. Pay to win was established in this game, and we descended further and further down the rabbit hole of monetisation. We also can't forget about shark cards. They've literally generated an estimated $5 billion since the release of GTA 5. And then we all sit around scratching our heads wondering, why is GTA 6 taking 13 years? Jesus, I wonder why.
money!
Fortnite. The game which perfected the model. The game that became the model. This was the game that literally made playing video games a subscription. $9.99 every 3 months for the Battle Pass to play your game. Microtransactions from this point onwards were no longer a thing on the side. It was no longer you paid for the game and you paid additionally on the side. It was now you got a sample, you got the free game, but they knew you'd pay more. We literally have come full circle now. From a cartoon game based around cosmetics to buying virtual players, buying virtual guns, buying literal virtual money, back to buying cosmetics, and also emotes. Gaming has now got to the point where we are paying to do the orange justice as John Wick in front of a giant Travis Scott. Even if the skin is sick, imagine saying that to someone when Gears of War came out.
Feel that? That's from Dom. And everyone else you killed, you bitch.
Bo Epic Game Productions. Now we have Messi in COD. What is going on? But there was one step further to take. Now, I understand if it's not being utilised, then just what's the point in having it? But when I read this, I was literally mind boggled. I couldn't believe what I was reading. I'm not the most familiar with Destiny, okay? But they added additional content that people paid for, standard procedure. No issue with that. To then go back and remove said content because it isn't being utilised. To go back to the car analogy, imagine you buy a car, but instead of with FIFA having to pay for it every year, the dealership comes to your house and starts pulling off the steering wheel and windshield wipers because the car is not utilised. You wouldn't have it. What is going on? This is just a sign of a wider shift in society, in my opinion. We're now being Netflixified. We don't own anything. We just watch. We just play. We have the right to do that. We're becoming, as Alex Jones said,
mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit.
But do you know what? I'll still be spending hundreds on shark cards come 19th of November.
Take my money.